Good afternoon, everybody. It's Shana Recker here from Girlfriend's Guide to Network Marketing. Happy New Year. Our first video for January, our first video for 2018. I'm really excited for this year. Lots of amazing, fun things planned for Girlfriend's Guide. We're really excited to do. We've got lots of good things on rolling for everybody for this year. So, really excited to be here. If you are just joining me here, I would love to hear from you. Welcome everybody. Welcome Shelly. I see you. Happy New Year. Okay, so today I wanted to review with you guys some of the books that I read last year in 2017. I had a couple people asking in our VIP group, what's everybody reading? I need a new book. So I thought this was the perfect time to go through some of the books that I read last year that really had an effect on me in one way, shape, or form. And I know you probably heard this before, but I think it's like one of the common traits between all the successful people in the world, or most successful people in the world, is that they read, 1 to, I would say 3 to 5 books. I mean, 5 would be a lot, but at least 1 to 2. Sometimes I can get through 3 books in a month, right? So every month you should be moving into a new book. And that would be 12 books a year, you guys. Reading books, personal development books, changes you. It changes, like going through these books has changed me professionally. It's changed me on a personal level. It's made me a better parent. It's made me a better wife. It's made me a better friend. It's made me a better leader. Reading books and doing personal development, it changes you in the most positive ways. So if you're with me on that, I see a couple thumbs up and hearts. So I wanted to share with you some of the books that I've read last year, because I know some of you are looking for a new book to start January with. And so here's a few of the ones that I read. So I'm just going to go through each of them. So this one here is called The Law of Divine Compensation by Marianne Williamson. Why I loved this book so much is it teaches you a lot about the law of attraction, the laws, some of the laws of the universe. The law of divine compensation is, about giving of yourself in return in receiving. She talks about a lot about how to let go of things that are holding us back energy-wise. So really, really loved the lessons in this book. This is one of those books that I will probably read 2 or 3 times because there was a lot of great stuff in here to digest. But if you're into that kind of thing, as I am, I'm a very, very spiritual type of leader, you will love, love, love this book. So this is one of the ones. I actually read this later in the year. Another one of my favorite books from 2017 is The Subtle Art of Not Giving a You-Know-What. As you can see in this title, loved this book because it really showed me how to let go of some of those stupid things that we hang on to, about how people aren't thinking about what we're thinking about as much as we think they're thinking about it, and how we just need to just do what we need to do, and we don't always have to have the answers, and that we're not always right, and that we can, you just have to just move through life and not care so much about what everybody else thinks. And that's why I really loved this book. Again, I dog-eared and marked this thing. Something I will read again. If you've read this book and you love it, let me hear from you guys. Okay, so this is another book that I read, which is a little bit different from the type of reading I do, but this one's called The Power of Habit. This was a really great book. It was very science-based on how our brain works in the things that we do on a day-to-day basis, in our habits, and how to change habits that are not working for us and how to go about in doing that. It's like I said, it's really science-based. So some of it I had to read a couple times to really get it, get the messaging, but an amazing book. If you're thinking about some of the habits you want to change for 2018, he really goes through and talks about how our brains are wired, and how if you want to change the habit, you have to change the reward. There's all kinds of good stuff that goes with it. So an awesome, awesome book if you're looking at, making some of those types of changes for 2018. I don't know how many of you guys are out there wanting to change some habits. I just started my miracle morning back up again this morning. I was up at 5:30. I got a little away from that over the holidays, but excellent book on that. Also talks about corporations and the habits of teams and things like that. So an awesome book, especially for us in network marketing. Really enjoyed this book. Now, this book I really loved, and again is slightly different for personal development but this one's called Extreme Ownership. This was an awesome, just so you know, I listen to all of these books on Audible, and then I buy the hard copy so that I can dog ear and mark some of the pages. This book was an awesome book from a leadership standpoint. because this book talks about how Navy SEALs and how they function in their world and how that relates to the business world, and how at the end of the day, you guys, the only people that are responsible for our success or failure in this business and in life is us, and we have to take the ownership on that. So it's a really eye-opener. It's a really good eye-opener on looking inward at yourself, and if you are taking responsibility for what it is you're doing in your business. And really, really amazing book. It's a kick in the butt, but I love that kind of stuff. So a really awesome book called Extreme Ownership. So this was a really good one. Some of the stories in that book were just incredible. So really, really great book. Now, this book, I'm sure a lot of you guys have read, but this is Mel Robbins' The 5-Second Rule. I mean, put a 5 in the comments if you have read and loved this book, because I know a lot of us have. This book is a game changer if you need to get out of your own way. It's about, really just looking at what's holding you back, why it's holding you back, and how your brain works, and how you can you can actually trigger your brain to get you to do things that you don't want to do just by counting backwards from 5. Shelly's read the book, loved it, awesome. It's just an amazing book. I follow Mel Robbins online. I've done her course on the power of you. Just so many awesome nuggets in this book that every single person should read, whether you're in business or not. It's just an amazing book that helps you just push through your fears and move forward. So 5-Second Rule, absolutely a must read if you haven't already. I got lots, you guys, so I'm just going to keep going. So this was another book that I read last year. This is by Grant Cardone. It's called The 10 Times Rule. Again, if you want a real kick in the ass, to move yourself forward, and if you're not where you want to be and you want to figure out why it is you're not there or how to get there, this book will tell you. You basically just need to do more, and a lot more of it. He just talks about how successful people think, how to move forward, how to really kick it up a notch if you really want to make things work. He doesn't sugarcoat it. He just tells you like it is, and I truly love that about it. Again, it's dog-eared and highlighted. He actually has workbook sections in here. So at the end of each chapter, he gives you a little bit of a workbook to do. Loved this book. It is amazing. If you read this and you loved it, put a 10 in the comments. An amazing book to really motivate you and push you forward. This is a book that I talk about all the time. If you've done my mastermind program before, which some of you have, if you've done any kind of personal coaching with me, I talk about this book a lot, and you can see all this stuff in here. I refer to this book a lot. This is one of my absolute most favorite books that I think everybody should read, and it's called The War of Art by Stephen Pressfield. This book is all about procrastination, and resistance, and how resistance shows up in our lives, and how we can combat resistance. Resistance really does stop us from doing the things that we should be doing in our lives and in our businesses. And resistance shows up in all kinds of crazy forms. It's relentless. So I coach on this a lot. I teach from this book a lot in my mastermind programs and in my coaching, because I do believe a lot of what holds us back is resistance, and to be able to recognize it and to be able to see it and know that it's there is the only way to start to combat it. So a lot of times we don't even know it's happening. So this book really teaches us about that. So this is something that I absolutely love, this book. Definitely put that on your reading list. Okay, I got a couple more and then I'm done. So this book, you guys, I definitely needed, because I'm somebody who struggles with money mindset. So Jen Sincero's You're a Badass at Making Money. Her book, You're a Badass, is amazing. But for me, this book really helped me wrap my head around the mindset that I need to have in order to make more money, in order to be able to keep money, in order to be able to save money, in order to be able to, just be with money and be okay with it, you guys. Because money, you guys, like she says, there's a saying out there that says money doesn't buy happiness, but it really does. Money allows me to support my family, and that makes me happy. Money allows me to help my friends. That makes me happy. Money allows me to grow my business, which helps support all of you guys, which makes me happy. So there is a money mindset that we have to embrace, especially in network marketing, because we have the opportunity to make a lot of money in this business. And if you've got any money mindset issues, it could be holding you back from actually growing your business. think about that. So this was a really great book. Again, I teach a lot about mindset stuff in my courses. So this is a book that's really helped me, which helps me help you. So this is an awesome book. If you haven't read this book yet, definitely pick up a copy of this as well. And she's funny too. Like, I love Audible books because some of these authors, like, she's funny, he's actually pretty funny, kind of crass. They're really interesting to listen to. And I do a lot of my reading while I walk my dog. So that's like my personal development time, which is great because I'm getting exercise too. Another book that I read early on in 2017 is this one called Rejection Proof, which was awesome because I had the Audible book of this that I listened to, which is an amazing book. It's about a man who went 100 days of trying to get rejection. So each day he went out searching for people to tell him no. He was doing all kinds of crazy things, asking people for crazy things because he was researching, you know, what the feelings are and what happens in this whole thing when people say no to us. And he learns a lot of amazing lessons, like just the most amazing stories about you know, why we're so afraid of hearing the word no. And you guys, we're in a business where we hear no a lot. So this book has really been instrumental. I actually want to listen to it again because there was so much valuable information. When you hear his stories and how he gets through some of the stuff, you realize, like, why are we so afraid, you know? And a lot of the things that we think we're going to hear no to, and we don't move forward because we're afraid of hearing it, if you actually went through with it, the people probably weren't going to say no anyways. It's just stories and stuff we make up in our head. So I was fortunate enough to get gifted the hard copy this year as a gift for Christmas. So I'm happy to have the hard copy now. But this is an amazing book that if you have any issues with hearing the word no, which, I mean, a lot of us do, this will definitely help you. And it's really entertaining as well, listening to some of his stories. So those are some of the main books. I'm actually reading this book right now, The 7 Secrets of Synchronicity, which I'm noticing synchronicity all in my world right now, that I'm being opened up to the idea behind it. So this is another really good book. So those are some of the books that I've read last year. I really just love digesting personal development books. They change us. I'm actually just downloaded on Audible a book called The One Thing. So I'm going to be listening to that over the next few weeks. But what are you guys reading? What books have you read in the last year that just blew your mind, that just changed you in some way, shape, or form? I would love to hear from you. Or if you're looking for some new reads for 2017 or 2018, those are the ones that I really loved this year and that really had an effect on me. So I hope that helps you. If you're looking for a new book this year, definitely pick up one of these. They're all Girlfriend's Guide approved. But yeah, so lastly, I just want to share with you guys, yes, the one thing on Audible. Rachel, you love that one. Good. I'm really excited because I just got that one and I just started it. Money Mindset by Brian Carruthers, definitely one I'll have to pick up. I haven't read that one yet. That will be a good one for me too. But I do want to just mention a couple things, you guys. I'm actually hosting the goal digging webinar. Some of you guys were on that at the beginning of December. I'm hosting another one today at 3 o'clock live. So if you want to join in on that workshop, I just posted on this page a link so you can sign up and be on that webinar. There will be a replay. So that is today at 3 o'clock. If you missed it, we are doing an encore presentation of that. I'm really excited to be doing that with you guys. I love goal setting. So yeah, so if you can join us on that, you absolutely should. I will be talking about my mastermind program on that as well, which is starting on January 16th. The closing date for that application is January 12th. So if you want to be part of the mastermind where I go through all this stuff that I've learned over my 7 years, including all the personal development and everything else with all you guys in the mastermind, that closes on January 12th. So I'd love to see some of you guys join us in there. So thank you guys so much for joining me here. You guys are all typing in awesome books. Thank you so much. This is going to be a great resource for us. We can come back here when we need to get a new book and see what everybody's reading and what they love. So thank you guys so much for joining me. I hope this helps you. And yeah, let's hear what you're reading. Thanks, guys. Have an amazing day. We'll see you at 3 o'clock. Bye for now.